Okay, I'm going to show you probably the most shocking video I've ever done. And it's shocking because the libs, the leftists, are lying about what's going on in the schools. They're lying about what Governor Ron Desantis has done and removing books, because they're just screaming book ban. They're saying that Ron DeSantis is 1984 all over, that he is a fascist, that what he's doing is abhorrent, and all these different things. You have to see it. It's all over social media. It's on the corporate news media. And when you, like always, start to look into what's really happening, what's shocking is that they would actually try to teach this to kids. The fact is, this is a red state, and it's scary because in red states, you figure this wouldn't be going on. So ask yourself, if this is happening in a red state, what exactly are they doing in blue states? Now, what I'm going to show you is very shocking. I can't even show you all the images because it's graphic, it's pornographic, and it's something that shocks the system. So I'm going to get into this, and I want to show you first what the left is saying, how they're framing this, and how they lie like always, and just to show you that you have to get involved in what's going on in your kids' schools. And if you're not, and you're just complaining about it, and you're doing nothing, then there's really nothing you can say. It's time to take a stand. It's time to stop the madness, remove this stuff from kids, because absolutely, and I'm going to show you the craziest thing about this whole thing at the end of this video, and why you know it's so disturbing, okay? So just watch this. I want to show you Joey Reid, how she's just outright lying, not telling you all the facts, and why leftists and Democrat voters are so ignorant to the facts of what's really happening. Check this out. This is how they frame it. So when you watch it, if you're a person who doesn't do your homework, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is shocking. Ron DeSantis, I can't believe he's doing this. But check this out. Listen to her.
Or give a student a book deemed unallowed could face up to 5 years in prison. You heard that right.
Imagine that in America, 5 years in prison for banning a book or for reading a book. Oh my God.
5 years in prison for handing a child a book.
The law requires books to be free from pornography, instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through 3rd grade, and discrimination in a way that an individual by virtue of his or her race, color, sex, or national origin is inherently racist or...
Now, that's the law. Does anyone see a problem with that? Free from pornography for K through 3. Free from sexual instruction for K through 3. Free of discrimination, right? No one should have a problem with that. But Joey Reid does, because she wants your child to see porno. She wants your child to see sexually explicit images, because that's what Ron DeSantis has eliminated. And I'm going to show you this. And I'm going to show you it's so bad that Ron DeSantis had this posted on Twitter, and this is what happened. So we posted on Twitter, right? Twitter, and he puts exposing the book ban hoax. And what happens? This is on Twitter. So they're teaching this to your children, but Twitter puts this. The following media includes potentially sensitive content. So on other social media platforms, I could not actually show this because they would take down the video. So they teach this stuff to your kids, but yet you can't even post it on Twitter, YouTube, and other social media platforms because it's so disturbing. The sexual content in it is pornographic, but they want to teach this to your kids. Do you not see a problem with that? And how Joey Reid goes on MSNBC and basically gaslights you and tells you he's banning books. Doesn't tell you the content, doesn't tell you what it's about. Just says, oh my God, Ron DeSantis is another Republican fascist and he's banning books. But now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a couple things in the book. I can't really show you too much because on most platforms I will get banned. But what I will do, if you're on my Rumble platform, or if you've seen this on a platform outside of Rumble, go to Rumble, and I'm going to put it in the description, and you can see the images for yourself and see how disturbing it is. They show, I'm going to give you a brief explanation. 2 men, both facing forward, one standing behind him, and they're performing sexual acts. Think about that. This is what they're showing your kid. They have another one with two men on a couch, butt naked, doing what people do when they're engaging in sexual activity. They have more where men are performing fellatio on other men. This is graphic. This is what you can see. And if, like I said, if you want to see this disturbing image, and I think you should take a look only because this concerns your children. If they're doing this in red states, what are they doing in blue states? Is this what you want your kids to see? Why do they want to teach this disgusting exploitation? There's a reason for this. They're grooming your children for certain reasons, and you have to figure out what the reason is why. At the same time, they're trying to normalize pedophilia. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple images. Again, I'm going to try to keep away from the real pornographic stuff. But look, this is some of the stuff they're showing you. Hiding my period became extremely important to me. For 2 entire school years, I successfully avoided ever using a school bathroom. And of course, right here, they have a bloody tampon. Like, this is what they want to show your kids. Again, I feel the familiar sensation of hot blood gushing from my body. When I make it to the bathroom, I'll find my blood leg smeared with blood from waist to knees. Is this something they need to be teaching your children? There's even more stuff. They have what would, I guess, normally be called a circle jerk. 5 young boys sitting around masturbating. This is what they have in this book. Okay, masturbating, trying to see who can ejaculate first or the most. This is insane. Check this out. I'm gonna keep it to the lighter images. I like that it flattened my tiny boobs in non-existence. I started to daydream about getting breast cancer, thinking it would give me the perfect excuse to have my breasts removed. So they want kids to dream of having breast cancer. Again, I got to be careful when I scroll up because they have some really graphic content here. If I could have removed the vagina out of my body after that experience, I would have. In lieu of that, I promised myself that nothing would ever enter it again. Again, this is from K-3. Okay, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty stuff here, and I don't want to show you. Again, if you want to see it and really see what they're trying to teach your kids and showing your kids, go into my Rumble page, and I'm going to put it in the description so you can check it out for yourself. I think I've showed a little more than I wanted to. Again, this is really graphic stuff, and you will hear someone like Joey Reid. You hear other woke, insane personnel on social media doing videos talking about how Ron DeSantis is a fascist because he removed a book. Now, this is not an ordinary book. This is a book being shown to K-3. I honestly don't think even high school kids should see this. I think this is something that if a parent wants to expose their children to, then they can. But to show this at such an early age is exactly that, grooming. And that's why they don't want you to call people groomers, because it is what they are. To think we have become a society that basically is showing children porno, because that's what it is. If you see these images as I go down more, and some of this stuff doesn't even have all the images, which I've seen in on other websites. You know, this one particularly doesn't have everything, but the other things that I've talked about are there. If you want to get it, you can go on Amazon, and I don't think people should be making money off it, but just so you can show other parents and show them this is what's going around in the public school system. And I think this has to get out. If you agree with this video and you see that this is way beyond the pale, then please share this with your friends, share this with normies, people who don't understand what's going on and how these leftists are really trying to indoctrinate our children into basically watching porn so they can get whatever satisfaction, I guess sexual satisfaction, that's what they get out of teaching this to children. So now you're armed when you hear someone, a friend, someone casually that you're talking about saying, oh yeah, Ron DeSantis is banning books. Well, you are armed with the knowledge now to shut them down and say, well, this is why. And if there's someone who says they're okay with this, then honestly, you don't need to be hanging around those people. Those are people I would not want around my children. And that's something you honestly have to think about. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.